Hi, it's Stephen from Sound of an Ocean Wave, coming to do day 17 of the June daily draws, and it's the start of a new week, so let's see what message we're going to get to set us off on this brand new week. And as usual, I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot and an oracle card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's give a last minute shuffle and choose our first card and see what the first message of the week is going to be. So here we go. We'll go there. So our first card is Canunus, which is the equivalent of the Devil card. So it's renamed in this deck as Canunus, but here it is the Devil. So are we looking at beginning of this week? Are we looking at anything that's not serving us, that's perhaps holding us back? That's hanging over us, that's tying us to something that's not serving us anymore. You know, are we living under an illusion of not being able to break free, when in reality, you know, it's completely our choice, and we just have to choose and take the steps, and we can indeed, we have the ability to leave behind what doesn't serve us, what's tying us to unhelpful thoughts and behaviors. So maybe as we start this week, you know, how can we better approach this week? How can we move away from old habits and thought patterns that will restrict us, and how can we enter into the freedom that is there for us, so that we are unhindered in our journey forward, in doing all that we want to do, to be all that we want to be. So maybe we need to reassess, you know, are there still some ties there? Are there some chains that are holding us back that we just need to throw off? And it's our choice, you know. No one can do it for us. That's the thing. We are the ones that make the choice. We either choose to remain under the influence of these things, or we choose to throw them off and to move forward away from them. And it ultimately comes down to our will, to our active decision and taking action to move away. And that is the first and most important step to deal with anything. If it's things like any kind of addiction or things like that, yes, we may need help and support from other people, even professionals, you know, depending on what it is that we're dealing with. We need, you know, on whatever it is, we may need the support of friends and people around us and people that we know. But ultimately, it starts and ends with us and our thoughts and actions and our decisions. So we can't put the responsibility onto everybody else. First and foremost, the responsibility is ours, and as soon as we accept that it's our responsibility and that it's our choices, our decisions that are going to affect the outcome, that's when the real breakthroughs can come. So let's see what oracle card we get to go with that. And our card is Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. It fits with this, and it may seem a strange card to have at the beginning of the week, but to do this we may need to spend a little time at some point, you know, recharging, going into ourselves a bit, and looking at this area to assess where we are, if there is any of these things that need dealing with, because, as I say, primarily it begins and ends with us. That we may have help along the way, but it does begin and end with us. So that's why we need to ourselves take time to work on this, to reflect on this, and to begin to take the steps necessary. You know, we can't be expecting everyone else to do it for us. As I said, we need to first of all connect with ourselves, and that's where the retreat and recharge aspect of the Hermit thing comes in here, in order to do this. So and it's what just struck me is that the couple here are actually sleeping and look pretty happy. And sometimes we don't realize what things we are chained to, and we can have that, you know, we're asleep to it. Is where we need to wake up to the reality of our situation. You know, it's almost like we're in a dreamlike state where everything, you know, where the things that are tying us, it seems a good thing. It can give us, sometimes we can be happy with the familiarity of these things, but sometimes we need to wake up to the reality that they you know, that it's holding us back from the freedom that we should be having. And that's where the introspection of the Hermit comes in, and the waking up to the reality of the situation and being able to see the truth. So that's the message for today. A lot to ponder on the beginning of this week, and it's going to be a busy week. It's still important to deal. You know, you can't say, well, I can't deal with these things until, you know, the weekend comes, or, you know, the next opportunity. We have to make time to do these things, no matter what we're in the midst of. And particularly if we are busy, it becomes all the more important to do this work so that we can be more effective in the busyness that we are doing. So I'll leave that with you, and with me, of course, as well, because it applies to me just as much to you, probably even more so. So I will be back tomorrow to do day 18. So until then, take care. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye bye.